Right, okay. Hello everyone. It's been a while. I've had a little bit of a break. Back with some videos. Just playing the Torrey Pines tournament and a little bit of advice. Something that I have picked up along the way. I've progressed quite a bit now. I'm now in the pro division. Something that I have picked up along the way is a shot like this. So I could set up and try and blast it, get to somewhere around about here, and then I'd have a wedge shot in. Wedge shots are sort of really difficult, I find. Really affected by the wind. I've got a really high ball flight, so I don't want the wedge shot. So what I need is the Bigfoot, because the Bigfoot's widely regarded as the sort of best approach club. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm zooming out to maximum extent. I'm putting my little avatar, you see this little picture of me, my picture, just behind that chat bubble. I'm pulling back to maximum Bigfoot, and then pulling back to minimum Bigfoot, and then finding the middle. So right there in the middle. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to put my thumb on the side of the screen. So right at the end of that ball guide, right there, I'm putting my thumb. And I'm keeping it on the screen while I then go up to the flag, and now my thumb is still right there. So my thumb hasn't moved, but I've just moved the screen up. So now I know that the distance to the flag, to that chat bubble there, is medium distance Bigfoot. So what I need to do is look at these tree shadows. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to drive to the end of this 4th tree shadow. So right there. That's where I need to be. So I'm going to just set to minimum driver. And now because I've got the RB packed, which is more for distance, I'm now going to go out. I don't have to do any measurement when I go back in, because I know that I'm going to go. I'm just picking the fusion driver for a bit of backspin to stop that drive dead. So I know that I need to drive to pretty much just about there, the end of the 4th tree, and that should really sort of stop dead. Check the line in. Maybe want to be over to the left so that I've got a good line up to the pin with no sort of rough and bunker in the way. I'll try and just pinch a little bit. So there, and then I'm going to make my wind adjustment and shoot. And that should leave me around medium distance Bigfoot. So there you can see I'm right on the edge of the shadow. So we should have a medium Bigfoot in. So yeah, there's minimum, so I'm just at minimum, just about okay. So what I'm just going to do, a little tip that I've found is I've got the Orion packed, so I'm just going to get rid of the Orion and go with the basic, which just removes 4 yards, so I should be able to pull back 4 yards further. So I should just about be able to get to minimum Bigfoot. So that's right at minimum there. There you go, it's just about perfect. So I'm going to be pushing up because the wind direction's sort of headwind. I'm going to be pushing up. So what I'm looking at now is the contours on the green. I think this is a sort of right to left slope. So I'm hopefully, I'm just going to sort of zoom out and take a look at where that ball guide is, just to the right. I'm going to get a tiny amount of push from the wind. So I want it to be possibly just right at that flag. So sort of in line with the flag, and then the wind may just push it right a little bit. That's the sort of distance that I'm looking at. So just off minimum, because I'm pushing away from minimum. So the number is 2. 1.8 at max and 2 at min. So I'm going to go to my calculator. 4.1 wind is what I've got. Divide that not by 2 but by 1.9, let's say 1.95. So 2.1 ring adjustment. So what I'm doing now is I'm just setting that little speech bubble there. You see the little speech bubble just on the second ring. So if you didn't get that, that's 1 ring. So from there to there is 1 ring, 2 rings, and I'm going to go about just over 2. So I'm going to pull the target down to just past those speech bubbles and see how close we get. Just try and hit perfect here. And after all that, I hit great. But there you see, it would have been close. I don't think it would have dropped, but it would have been a little bit closer than that if I'd have got the ultimate shot. But obviously, getting very close. I think once the ball guide is developed a little bit more on this club, it will be easier, because I'm still not near max club, nowhere near max club. So it's difficult to see where the end of the guide is, but you can see the line and the adjustment and using the Bigfoot. And if you get used to using the same club, the Bigfoot, then yeah, I mean, obviously the guys that are shooting ridiculous scores in the Tour Pro already know this kind of thing and know a little bit better than I do, to be honest. But just if anyone's struggling with tournaments, or just blasting the ball and then having a wedge that's really massively affected by the wind, it's just a little technique that you might want to consider thinking about. And I've seen my tournament scores really improve, won a few tournaments, and really improving my game with using that little bit of information that I got from Jimmy Banger. So yeah, best of luck out there, and I'll see you for the next video.